Kakuna mtu anaelewa history ya sketch. Damn, it's crazy Kennar. There's this new one he's done corruption. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah, which one?
So there's this sketch he's done how so he's entering his house.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah, imeandikwa no corruption beyond this point, something like that. Then ukiingia kwa hao sijui towel ni ya NTSA.
You remember, like the tag is how all government officials' residences look like. Like that's the tag he has for that one. And yes, definitely
that was some fun.
It's so funny, like because you know it's just that's relativity. Yes. Like like we can relate to it. It's relatable. I mean, because like remember in the 90s that was the thing. Like mtu akona you get burungu za hapa sijui KNH if you work. Of course he has America the comedic effect is exaggerate kwamba you have all these departments, but really you find someone who works at KNH akona KNH cap this that nini hizo vitu zote, and that's it's pretty genius. That guy is really he's really good at that
because it starts very kitulifresh and the way it starts soft like a cup ya KBC. By the time inafika ngodha NHIF. That was good.
And then the mtungi for CDF.
Mtungi ni ya CDF ya Homa Bay County.
But even to date those guys still do that. Unapata ka official amechukua vitu za gava kwanza. CDF ndio inabebwa sana unapata ni tanki ya CDF because wana scandal some gava person akona vitu za CDF kwake like alienda kuzitumia they could just god damn it. But that's funny. We have a lot of talent.
Nini from the outside looking in history ya crazy Kennar, how do you see it? Because Sinojo he's separated like with all the comedians he used to work with.
Okay.
And so he's painted as this devil by everyone. So and I think he's also like he's having fun with it because when lately ama demo alitoka akina Bushra and there's that other one called Africas. Nasikia hizo kuna Africas. Mimi nafikiri I'm the only Africa up in this. Kumbe there's Africas. So vile alitoka hapo na I think the other girl is called Yvonne. When those three left he posted something like depression is real. And everyone lost their ish. Nacheki because people thought he was depressed because he's been left. Then majuzi he released a statement where he was talking about check on your people, check on what my purpose in life is to whatever. So I feel like he's having fun with it. But ukiona hivyo what do you think? Like is it like mtu mmoja ameacha kuwa na everyone he used to work with?
I don't know the specifics. I've seen it trend kidogo but I didn't pay attention to it. But my point of view is that shit happens. They're gonna happen. You're gonna grow apart, and the only problem is the expectation. You were so hopeful that we will be together forever. Tumanza hii kitu pamoja, but your visions start changing. One of you starts saying, by the way, I feel like I'm dragging you, or you're dragging me, or what? Then those things happen because there's gonna be times whereby your growth is just different. Someone else says I want to be an actor more. No one says I want to be a lead more. And they need to grow. Those people, even if they are under you, they need to grow. So if you are not alive to that fact and actually accommodate that possibility, it will come to a head where it's like they're leaving and you're left alone. And or vice versa, whereby you don't want them anymore. They are dragging you, whatever. I don't know actually what the inside story is. But I didn't pay attention to it because I was like, oh, that just sounds like normal growth. Remember, these guys started together when they were kids.
They
were kids in Campo. Idealistic as fuck. Like, right? Like, oh, we'll do this together, maze. Majamaa tusisauiane. Usiwajua hii kitu tumetoka faa, unaona? But life happens, right? Half the time, those people you are doing that with, hata unaweza pata ni you are doing this thing with them, and then after you're done sketches, you are hanging out, you are shooting the shit. Kidogo unaanza kupata dem ama wife. You have to pay attention to that part of life too. That's the growth, right? So now you are not hanging out with them, you drift apart, but you're heartbroken because you drifted apart. Because there's love involved, and now there's gonna be, it feels like heartbreak because you didn't prepare for it. But it will happen. Hata hizo mambo ya depression for wasanii. It will happen. Like you'll get there. So just the best you can do is be ready for it. Prepare for it and be ready for it so that you know when it happens, utajimanage aje. So for as far as I'm concerned, I don't think it's a big deal, but of course people love a narrative, to frame a narrative. It's betrayal, it's this, it's fucking bullshit. Everyone leaves. At the end of the day, everyone leaves and everyone stays big. You know, umenini zako wewe, it's just growth, man. Growth is gonna mean you're gonna be tighter or apart, but the best you can do is after a while wataanza kuona, by the way, why did we, the things that were, maybe it was something egotistical too that broke them apart today. Kesho utasema, by the way, why did I, what was it important? Watasalimiana, wataheshimiana tu na kazi iendelee.
But at least ile kitu nime respect ni after your skit ya nini, because I was worried. I was like, will he survive peke yake? But your skit ya corruption to me was a statement.
You can always tell he was always funny.
Yeah, that I'm still super funny. Because kulikuwa na hiyo na kuna ile moja alifanyaga ya kujipaka rasa mafuta. Like men vile su men supaka mafuta kwa mwili.
Ni hapa.
Yes. So now him what he did was his ass is talking to him like no, his two butt cheeks are communicating. Ati leo tatuguza. You do everything except rasa. Super nguza. Yani supaka everywhere except it was such a funny whatever. So wacha tucheki vile ita nini. Of course I'd love yani kaneza mget. But sijui, but your story yake ni getting him a little bit tricky. Sijui itisha tu mtu namba yake. I think taitisha tu namba alafu nitry kumpigia. Cause pia unajua kuna zile vitu nasikia in the grapevine, cause in the grapevine now what I hear is he employed his brother as his manager. And you see this brother as manager thing, it's a very interesting thing because with football, for example, it works. Like with when you keep everything within the family. I think hata niliona majuzi there's a certain basketball player who employed the mom as his manager, and right now he just signed like a $260 million deal. Because family will always have your best interest at heart. But sasa I think with his situation, if I'm not wrong, the brother, from what I've heard, because I don't know, all this is allegedly, the brother does not respect the other artists, and I respect tu bro yake. Unala? So jua ukiletewa mtu respect artists, what's going to happen? Hata expect artists walipwe like good money.
What a drift apart.
At
was push away.
Because good money itakuwa ile design ya okay. Mwefanya hii job. Okay, uanze kufikiria like in terms of salaries. In terms of salaries design, like there's a Kenyan who wakes up every morning, goes to work and earns 20,000 shillings. So since you've MC'd the whole night, if I give you 2,000 shillings, there's nothing wrong with it. But you see, art doesn't work.
It doesn't work like that, no.
Art works with, there's this big pie, how can we split it? Nacheki. So I feel hiyo ndio story nimesikia ilikam like ile with yeye alikuwa na nikana dharau manini wengine. So alafu unajua family, you have to stick with family. So I think
but I also feel like you don't have to stick with family if they're fucking up. You know, like if family is fucking up, you have to tell them you can't do that. Because ultimately PIA has to step up and tell the board, no, you gotta do this unless there's another agenda. I would expect someone like that to tell the Nini that, this is also the goose that lays the golden eggs. My relationship with these people is what works for what we do.
Because hizi stories zote vile nimesema ni allegedly, but I don't know the funniest stories I had.
Ideally, even if it's family, I find that usually families, it's important if it's someone who's always been there from the start.
Who's also
not
an
someone who came at the end and then you brought them on board, because they don't understand the building blocks. They only know you.
Because kitu moja nilisikia naweza sema ni funny because it's super sad is there's this once where at Kennar was busy. So Kennar is busy and is like he delegates his work. So they had like this corporate gig to do. So he was like, since I'm busy and I can't do it, let blah 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 do it. So blah 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 went to do it. And the deal was $100K. See, that's what they were getting for emceeing that gig. Blah 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 emceed like the whole night, and then wakalipo $100K, like chukweni 100. And the guy who worked the whole night was given $3K.
It's bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, like shit.
Yeah, it would be bullshit because ultimately, as son, even if your organization is what brought this,
3K is too little.
3K is too little for over a percentage. That's straight up shafting, if that's the truth.
Yeah,
Because what you would do is, even if you are engaging that person as external talent, if it's a contractor, external talent, that person would have to be like rates. Because here's the thing: if we work together and I give you a gig, a through pass, in a way I'm working like an agent, right? So it's either I expect another through pass from you, or because I'm sure they were working as independent contractors within each other, right? But I'd expect another through pass from you, or you just give me a commission. So ideally, the one who did the work would have had to work, to get majority of the money, at the very least 50%. At the very least, in my opinion. Because now that one is, the work, the commodity is the work at the end of the day. The actual work. The brand is also something else. The Kennar brand is what brought this together, but then the commodity is actually the work. So if that is true, of course, that's a bit messed up. I would say that's something huyo kijana aangalie.
Because I feel hapo vile mi nilisikia the same thing niliona hivo alafu nika feel like that's the worst part of if you involve family and family does not respect art. Because you see,
I don't think it's family. It's just the person person who did that. Because you could also have a manager who does that. It's not family. He just works for you, but he shouts wasanii on your behalf, whether you know it or not, right? So I don't think it's a family.
Because if we mwenyewe ndio unafaa kuchukua saa umulipe. Okay.
Yeah, it's you to take the leadership, who's in charge, to be like, hey, did you this is what our standard is. It can't just be like, you just do what's right. I think knowing what's right, doing what's right requires you to know what's right.